Hi everyone! Today we're gonna do checkerboard cookies, a recipe that both adults and kids can enjoy doing and eating. Are you ready to make it pop? Let's bake! We start by sifting the flour and the icing sugar together. Once it's done, we put that in our stand-up mixer. Then we add the vanilla powder. You can also put a vanilla bean if you prefer. Almond powder and butter. So we're doing a mix of unsalted butter and half salted butter. And we mixed on low speed. You can increase the speed if you see that there is some difficulties to mix everything, blend everything together. And when you have a texture of sand, you can stop it. Now we can add the egg yolk. You mixed, don't mix too much because we don't want the gluten to work, the gluten contained in the flour to work too much, otherwise the dough is going to be elastic. If you see that it's too dry, you can add a little bit of water, but really not a lot. You see, we should still have something crumbly. We just want to be able to form a dough. So now we're doing something that we call fraser. So fraser in French, it's actually the action of pushing the dough from the outside to the from the inside to the outside. And we'll do that a few times to make sure that everything is blended together, that we don't have chunks of butter not mixed. We put that in a plastic wrap and we put that 1 hour in the fridge or 10 minutes in the freezer. For the chocolate dough, we're gonna do exactly the same, only the proportion changes for the flour and the almond powder because we add cocoa powder. We sieve it with the flour and the icing sugar, and then we add it to the stand-up mixer, and we do the exact same process. So we put the butter as well, and then we put the egg yolk until it's homogeneous. Once it's done, we can put everything together and form a ball of dough like we did for the vanilla dough. As for the vanilla dough, we rest 1 hour in the fridge or 10 minutes in the freezer in the plastic wrap. Once it's done, we can actually make our sticks of cocoa dough and vanilla dough. So we make a 1 centimeter thick rectangle, so approximately half an inch, and we want to have sticks of 1 by 1 centimeter. So we want 5 sticks of cocoa and 4 sticks of vanilla to make sure that we have the checkerboard drawings that we want. If the room temperature is kind of hot, you can actually rest your dough, your rectangle of dough in the fridge while we do the rectangle of vanilla dough so that it doesn't get too warm. We do the same thing for the vanilla dough, so we do 1 centimeter thick rectangle and we want 4 sticks, so at least 4 centimeter wide. We're gonna have some excess of dough, and this excess is going to be use to do the borders of the biscuits, of the cookies. Then we can actually cut the sticks. So we make some marks every 1 centimeter to make sure that we have something clean and regular. And we do the stick. So you should have rectangles of 1 by 1 centimeter approximately. We do the same for the vanilla dough. And now we will be able to assemble the checkerboard. But the thing is, if you see that the dough is too warm like this, you should probably put your sticks in the freezer for 10 to 15 minutes to make sure that it's cold enough and that you're going to be able to make the checkerboard. Now if you want to assemble, you can actually brush some egg on the whole stick, so that the stick will actually stick together, and you will be able to have the drawings you want, the checkerboard you want. So we do cocoa, vanilla, cocoa, and then we alternate on the second layer, and then we do the opposite on the third layer. And we are gonna have a square with 5 cocoa sticks and 4 vanilla sticks. The square is not super clean, but you will see that we will cut the extremities, so everything is going to be clean afterwards. We put that in the freezer, and in the meantime we're gonna roll the vanilla dough, the excess we had, to actually make the borders of the cookies. So we roll on 2 to 3 millimeters. We're trying to do a rectangle, and after that we actually brush some eggs to be able to stick the rectangle on it. So we cut the borders, and then we're going to use, it's a dipping paper, but if you don't have it, you can use parchment paper or a non-stick mat, and we use that to roll the borders, the vanilla dough, on top of the rectangle. And then we are going to cut the excess of dough we have. We put 15 minutes in the freezer so that it's easier to actually cut slices. After 15 minutes you can preheat the oven, and you can cut slices of approximately 1 centimeter, so a little bit less than half an inch. You cut everything, and then you can put on a baking sheet with either a baking mat or some parchment paper, and we will actually bake them for 20 minutes. Don't forget to place them immediately on a tray so that they can cool down and keep their crunchy, crumbly texture. So let's try it. Yeah, it's really good. You really sense the vanilla. I put powder, but you can put vanilla bean if you want. If you want to get more recipes and tips of French pastry, please subscribe to this channel, and you can also click on the bell to have the notifications when I post a new video, so that you don't miss anything. I will see you in the next one.